if you're keeping in touch with your sphere, everybody sends cards, around the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, birthday. Everyone sends those. But when you send something that at a time that's unexpected, you're not just going to be in the pile of all the other greeting cards,
Welcome, everyone. I hope you're joining us. It's late night for some of you. I think it's like 1 a.m.
It's LCA after dark.
There you go. Remember when we used to do that, Nick? That was fun.
I remember it was Tristan and Nick at night.
That was fun.
It is kind of like that.
It was a good one. Well, today we've got my friend and host sometimes, Nick Baldwin. And he's out of Michigan. I see Black Adam behind you, dude, on your right. I like that. I hadn't seen that.
Black Adam and Dr. Fate.
Oh, nice. Don't ruin the movie. I have not seen it yet.
Dude, you still haven't seen it?
I still haven't seen it.
It's not.
You're already saying.
No, the action sequences are killer. Is it me or is Tristan frozen?
He looks very still.
That's a very good statue impression. All right. Well, anyway, I don't know what's going on with Tristan, but I guess he'll be back. It's in some capacity. But Matt, let's get into it. Tell everyone about yourself.
All right. Matt Witte. I run the Matt Witte team at William Ravis Real Estate. We're located about 20 miles north of Boston. I have a team of 6 agents, a transaction coordinator, and 1 admin. And I do coach for Brilliant Tribe and Tristan, and psyched to be here today.
Sweet. Well, we're excited to have you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about, your how's your production this year so far? Well, it's only January. How was it last year?
It was very good last year. I had 43 closings, and the volume was approximately 34 million.
Okay, so you got a high price point.
Yeah, we're at a high price point, somewhere around 800,000. It's the average price point. So we got a lot of balls in the air, as we like to say right now. And I have a closing this week, and we got some listings coming on. I got some buyers, and so things are looking good. Kicking
off the year strong. So, this show, Stick Shift, is all about how agents and teams are thriving in a changing market. Like, we've seen multiple types of markets in record times over the last several years with COVID, markets becoming a seller's market very quickly, and then basically overnight becoming a buyer's market very quickly. And usually we don't see those for every like 8 to 10 years that changes. So, how did your team, pivot with the markets changing so rapidly?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're going to learn as we go. And I think pivot is kind of the key to what you said. We've had these historic years, the last couple of years, but I got to tell you, in 2020, there was a little bit of panic. Everyone thought including me, thought the market was going, and we were calling all of our vendors and asking to pause our systems and payments and all those other things. And boy, were we wrong. So we're going to stay positive. We're going to move right through this market, and we're going to assume we're going to continue on. So I know people are talking about market shift, but Tristan actually posted something really interesting in the last 24 hours that we don't want to do any finger pointing. We want to make sure that we're looking at ourselves and controlling what we can control.
Mm-hmm.
But having said that, we got to dig a little bit more. We may have to do a little bit more cold calling than we want to, because maybe the calls aren't just going to show up as magically as they seem to the last couple of years.
That's interesting. So yeah, you might have to do the thing you don't necessarily want to do in order to. Well, now there's expireds. There wasn't expireds like 6 months ago, right?
Right. Yeah.
So
I actually Nick purchased RedX for the first time in my career. Thinking that expireds, for sale by owners, and geo farming is something we got to pick up individually and as a team. And like you said, there actually are expires. I'm looking, I go, this is amazing. Look at these coming in.
It's nuts. So I'm guessing that your business didn't typically come from that line. So like I'm assuming that you weren't a heavy cold calling agent or a heavy cold calling team. So where did your business typically come from?
Yeah, good question. It's the cliche of sphere. And I know we all say that sphere, past clients, but I think we did a very good job of targeting them and staying on top of them and showing them, how much we actually appreciate them in a bunch of different ways. And so we did get a lot of past clients and we got a lot of referrals off of that.
So when COVID hit, in 2020, and everyone thought, real estate's dead forever, right? We're never going to be able to go back inside people's houses to show them. Did you really double down on keeping in touch with people at that point?
Yeah, I think I did. I think we weren't really able to show houses in Massachusetts for at least a few weeks, starting in mid-March. So what else could you do? We were trying to provide value. I think we started to clean up some systems and look at our CRM system and see what we could do. But yeah, I like to think that we were reaching out, and certainly not in a solicitation way.
Right.
But it was amazing. What's that?
Care calls.
Care calls, exactly. Yeah, care calls, care texts, things like that.
Yeah.
Still sending out gifts to them. Everyone loves a gift that's doesn't come in December, so it's always a nice surprise. So
yeah, that's for sure.
Totally. So so we're just playing for the future.
We talked about that on a coaching call that Tristan and I did, where, if you're keeping in touch with your sphere, everybody sends cards, around the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, birthday, everyone sends those. But when you send something that at a time that's unexpected, you're not just going to be in the pile of all the other greeting cards, so that's 100%. Something that I definitely a great strategy. So you were primarily sphere of influence based, referral based. How did you get your team to, like, I don't know if embrace is the word, but understand that, okay, things are different now. We're going to have to do new things that we haven't done before. How did you get them to, well, I don't want to say get comfortable with it, but embrace the idea,
Yeah, that's good. We've had, Nick, some new team members added the last 6 months. So I'll tell you this, that the group we have right now is super positive. And we do Zoom trainings as a team every other Thursday. So we talk about all the different things that we're doing and have done in the past and had success with. So I'm going to tell you, I made a list of some stuff, but I don't want to run through this too quickly. I want to make sure people understand it. But one of the biggest things we've been doing is the past client giveaway. So I started a Facebook page a few years ago. It'll say something like the Matt Witte team past clients. So only past clients are invited into this group. So every quarter,
that's very cool.
Yeah, it's very cool, and every quarter I give away gifts. So December we did on gift cards because we thought that would be a good time to push those out for people that are shopping in the holidays. We've given out AirPods, big screen TVs. I don't know, it's kind of like the Apple products. We actually did one where the giveaway was tell us your favorite charities. We got the list of charities donated to all the charities. So it's a nice little mix of things. It's top of mind. It's every quarter. The past clients get pretty excited about it. Sometimes I'll ask a question or ask them to send a picture, and then we just draw the name out of a hat, like literally out of a hat. And I do a video, bomb, the winner is, and that's gotten us a lot of traction.
By the way, Tristan lost power in his house, so he's on his phone.
Yeah, I'm on my phone, so I'm sharing. I'm saving.
Your what?
Even more.
You're saving your battery?
Yeah. So I have a question for you about the way that you promote this event or this giveaway. Do you also use social media? Do you go on to Instagram or do a video and say, hey, past clients or anyone that's referred me any business, we've entered you into this. Do you do that as well?
I do. Yeah, I do a lead up into the private Facebook group. So it'll either be a description of what the giveaway is going to be, how to enter the giveaway. Sometimes I'll do a video, and then I'll do constant reminders so they know when the actual giveaway is. So we do a lead up, but it's only within Facebook, that private Facebook group.
Tristan, I just want to say, your power went out. You can have reasons or results, buddy. No, I'm just kidding. Well, listen, Tristan, I hope you're safe because I know there's a lot of flooding going on. I know that you live higher up, like on a hill. Tristan lives on his own hill. He's like a king of the hill. Oh, you're king of the hill. So the water can't get up there, which is good. But anyway, so I like that idea about the Facebook group. Yeah, I tell agents to do those things because it keeps your clients engaged. You obviously don't spam it with too much real estate stuff, but you can post local events in there. You can do contests, and they feel like it's like this inner circle. It's
yeah, you're spot on, Nick. There is nothing in that particular group where I post houses for sale, market updates. None of that goes in there. And so, like you said, like local events would make a whole lot of sense. There's plenty of other avenues to promote listings and things like that.
For sure.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's such an easy way to keep in touch with just a group of people at the same time.
It is. Yeah, it's great. It's a little community we have, and I know sometimes the question is like, what's the cost? I started really small with just Starbucks gift cards and things like that. I went back a few years ago to see what I did because I'm working with a couple of coaching clients, and we went over this. And I thought, geez, I gave out a $20 gift card, one of the first giveaways. And you can always build up over time to whatever your budget is at that time. But we also want to think about all the money that, including myself, have historically spent on expensive portals, real estate portals and buying leads. And I do buy leads, but you want to be cautious of if it's a $400 lead and no particular companies mentioned, that's 2 sets of AirPods. That's totally 2 solid giveaways, right? And I believe 2 people in particular win those AirPods, you're going to get at least their business, if not more, from the referrals.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I'd rather spend, $400 on something to give to somebody. Every time they put them on, they remember that you gave them to them. And then what happens next? They think about their friend that wants to sell their house. It's a domino effect. So that's awesome. So, yeah. So what else are you, anything else that you're kind of like?
Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff here and just want to make sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Didn't leave you shortchanged here for info. So one of the things we started last year was we got a small Celtics game package. I think it's like 10 games. And basically what I'll do is I'll call a past client and invite them to the Celtics game. I'll say, hey, listen, in a couple months, I got this game on Friday. Let me take you out to the Celtics game. And then I've arranged it so I can put their name on the Jumbotron. So it will say the Matt Witte team welcomes Nick Baldwin to the TD Garden. So the name goes right on the Jumbotron. The client's happy. We're having a good time, so on and so forth. I shamelessly take a picture of it and hashtag and put it all over the internet, which is always fun. And, it's a good night. And again, it's, it depends on what kind of ticket you want, but you get in and out of there for a couple $100 or less. If you shop around for tickets and things like that. And again, it's just a client one-on-one. We're not talking about real estate. They often bring up real estate, but I don't have an agenda. Yeah,
let them do it because they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
that's been
a really,
go ahead. Sorry. No, you go ahead.
That's been a really fun thing, and it's great to connect with someone that you maybe haven't seen in a few years too.
I mean, they're gonna say, "Hey, so by the way, how's the market? I was meaning to ask you, how are things going?" They're just gonna do that. Elisa in the chat on Zoom wants to know, when you're not doing giveaways within your past client group, what else are you posting or doing to stay connected within that group?
Yeah, so within that group, I don't post anything except the giveaways and lead up to the giveaways.
Oh,
There's
okay.
nothing else. There's nothing else in there. So I'm connected to a lot of these people via Facebook, just the general Facebook pages. But more importantly, Instagram. I do a lot on Instagram and things like that. So I'll still push out lots of videos, videos of all different kinds of things, some real estate related, some not. But that's a great question. That's the only thing that's in that group. And I think that's one of the reasons they like that group.
Yeah, because they're gonna always win something.
Yes,
that's true.
They do enjoy winning things. Who doesn't?
Hey, do you do events at all, like client events?
Yeah, we did a client event 3 years ago prior to COVID. We did, and we need to get back to it because at this point, I just made excuses that COVID has caused client event slowdowns because I don't want to organize the client event because it's quite a bit of work. I remember the first one, so we do need to get back to it because I think it's important. But we did one on the Boston dinner cruise. It's called the Spirit of Boston.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So what we did was we invited, same thing, past clients to come out on a dinner cruise. It's kind of like a buffet, cash bar, but nice, nice environment to be in. And I got the cost for it, and I thought, geez, this is like a wedding. No, it's getting married. So I was able to pull in some sponsors.
Yeah.
Talking about, lenders, insurance, attorneys, anyone that we do business with or have done quite a bit of business with, and we had some very good contributions. So it was a minimal expense at that point. I would say that had I done it again, we would have done a much better job getting some video and really accessing and pushing to social, which we did not do. So we got to do another one.
You learn from each one, so it's all good.
Matt, what's typically the thing that you get asked to coach on the most? Like when you're coaching people, what does that look like?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'd say that one of the coolest things about this coaching program that you run, Tristan, is the fact that you're not giving me an itemized list and saying, okay, Matt, these are the 25 things you need to do with every single client. So with the clients that I have, I certainly listen to what they need. And some of them, have some pretty heavy situations, financial situations, medical, so on and so forth. And some of them need money right away. They need transactions right away. And so we have to be hyper focused on those things, money-making activities, priority. Some people, one particular person I'm coaching already does a very, very good business. So it's really taking that business and expanding it and building it and making it stronger. So we're getting a lot of clients that have had success. These are not clients that are necessarily struggling, but it's really almost like an a la carte. Like what do we have? Let's get everything out, and then let's set our goals, and then come up with reasonable action items in between coaching sessions.
I like that, man. I
love that. I think honestly, like everybody should have that past client Facebook group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I love it.
I think we could do a whole session on that, man. Actually,
yeah, another idea I had for you with those groups is, how do you do the giveaways? Like, do you like kind of do them at random, like give everyone in the group a number and then kind of like put the number, like how does that, do you just pull it out of the...
So if you guys were in my Facebook group, which I know you're going to try to get in, I would
well, don't tell us what it is. I'm how do you choose the winner?
Yeah, so the names literally go into a hat, like I know nobody likes the Patriots, but since they're officially out of the playoffs, I can say the Patriots. So the Patriots hat, which is now at this point unlucky, I'll put all the names in there and I'll do a bomb video of me pulling out the name.
Okay.
And I've had some clients that made some funny jokes. They said, "Are you sure that's the first video?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm
That's
pretty
funny.
sure." So
Can I
we
give
get
you
some
a
chuckles out of that.
Can I give you a suggestion?
Sure.
I don't know if you'd want to do this all the time, but if you're giving away something really great, like do like Bold, the class Bold.
Yeah.
What is
Okay,
it?
Bold, BOLD. It's a Keller Williams class. So like it's a Keller Williams class. Because I've taken it several times. It's when you have to make a certain amount of contacts, every week, yada yada yada. A lot of people do this and they call it a reverse bold. KW agents call it a reverse bold, where like you post in your group that you're giving away something, right? Like I'll give you an example. Like our friend Kimberly Meserve. You might know Kimberly. Do you know Kimberly? She's in the Boston area too, Kimberly Meserve. But she gave away a Peloton, which is like $3,000. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you had to call her or
Okay.
an agent on her team and to be entered. So that way, if people are calling you, you're getting them on the phone and you're having a short conversation with them. You're making them call you in order to be entered into win. So it's another way to like stay in touch. Like you want to win this Peloton, you need to call your agent to be entered. And then it's great.
Do you give like a window, Nick, where you
you have a window,
Friday,
a day, you have a day and a time frame. And so what's great is that like they could even get business from that phone call. Hey, I'm glad I called because my cousin is selling his house. Like the way you're doing it is awesome, but there's not going to be any instant referrals happening. There could be instant referrals happening when you make people call you.
I love that, Nick. I did write it down here. That's amazing. That could be almost like the grand finale.
Right. Like I would say, like giving away something, like don't do it for every giveaway, but if you're giving away something that's expensive, you know what I mean?
Dude, once a year, big giveaway, beginning of November. So it's kind of like Thanksgiving-ish, Christmas-ish, right? MacBook Pro, Peloton, like Nick said, have them call you. It's going to be on a Thursday from this time to this time. Give them a wide range. And also, give them a wide range because if everybody calls you at the same time, it's like, oh, you were so busy. I couldn't get to you.
Make sure everyone's in the office, maybe like from like 9 to noon or 9 to 1, make sure everyone's in the office and do it. It's like a reverse prospecting.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I love that idea.
Dude,
you're going to get Nick. You're going to get a shift ton of calls.
That's what we're hoping for.
I just texted that to my team. I'm like, this is good. So thanks.
It is good. And with such an exciting gift, you know what I mean? Like the gifts we give away are nice, but when you start to put the gifts on steroids, like anything over $1,000, I'm getting excited about it and I have to pay for it.
Right. A Peloton is like a $3,000. You know what I mean? That person better refer you for life.
Dude, a MacBook Pro's $3,000, man.
Yeah, dude. I got mine. I got my MacBook Air for under $1,000. It was like the one time Apple had a deal going.
One time. Exactly. Yeah.
Matt, how do people get a hold of you if they have questions for you, and where do they follow you?
Yeah, Instagram is Matt Witte Sells, Witte, because no one can spell my name. They always want to put a Y on there.
Hey, Matt, do you tell a lot of jokes? Or are you a witty guy?
I've never heard that, Nick. I'm gonna write that one down too.
Seriously, no one's ever said that to you?
No, I'm just kidding.
That was a joke.
I've definitely heard that, but I got to tell you, when the nuns said it, you didn't say anything smart back to them.
I cut you off when you were telling people your contact information, so sorry about that.
Yeah, Instagram, it's Matt Witte Sells, Witte, and then my website is wittesellshomes.com.
And don't ask to be added to the client Facebook group.
Yeah,
you'll get people like,
you can be added.
Can you add me?
Contribute to the Peloton cost.
Right. If you pay Matt $100 to the Peloton cost, you can go into the group.
That's
love
so
it.
funny. All right, guys. Thanks for doing this.
Awesome.
Matt,
Thank you guys. It was fun.
you rocked it, buddy. And thanks,
You did
Nick.
too.
Appreciate you guys.
Everyone have a great night.
You too. Bye, guys.
See ya.